Welcome back. Behind me I have the 2021 Honda CRF 300L. It's a bike of my friend Johnny, and he's planning to make a tuning with a Black Widow exhaust and some stickers. That's it, no other accessories on. We have fake Acerbis handguards, a quad lock mount, and an accessory for USB charging. So what we're planning to do with this bike, we've spoke with the guys from 550Performance. The guys are making a tuning for motorcycles. They have plenty of accessories on their website, and we would like to make a tuning of the ECU for this bike. So we're gonna take out the ECU from this bike, we're gonna send it to 550Performance, and the guys will send back the tuned ECU for this bike, and we're gonna test it.
And this is the website of 550Performance. As you can see, they have plenty of products starting from the Honda CRF 300L, the CRF 250L, and the CRF 250L, starting from years 2012 up to year 2020. For the CRF 300L, we have products starting from 2021. So we can see here the actual products that we have received, or we are about to receive, and we're about to test in this video. They have for the year 2021, 2022, but also for the 2023 plus. You have some options here. You can mail the ECU, what we have done, or we can send the pre-programmed ECU. We can tune it to different stages. We have 95 octane stocking proof, 95 octane stage 1.0. This is the one which we received. Actually, we're gonna speak about this one. And there are plenty of stages. The last one, it's stage 4.0. We have chosen the 95 octane stage 1.0. This is built around 95 fuel, 95 octane fuel, which helps increase power throughout the entire engine speed range. The most notable bumps come in the low and mid-range engine speeds. Primary fuel tables have been updated to support maximum power with added airflow from aftermarket exhaust system and airbox modifications. Additionally, the secondary fuel tables have been revised to match the changes to the calibration in the event of a sensor failure to better protect the engine. I will place a link in the description with everything you need to know about this tuning, the ECU tuning. Let's take a look at its features. We have engine speed limiter set to 11,000 RPM, updated warp idle speed set to 1,500 RPM, revised ignition timing tables for 95 brown octane fuel, primary fuel tables mapped for the best power, secondary fuel tables mapped for component protection, redefined startup and post-start fuel mapping, revised target idle speeds during warm-up, adjusted tip-in accelerator pump fueling, minimizes 5,000 RPM rattle, removes check engine light associated with the evap and PER systems. And these are some accessories which we received at the package with the ECU tuning. We're speaking about the high flow airbox lid. We're gonna check it out later in the video. And the high flow airbox velocity stack.
Even before we're starting, I would like to thank quite a lot to the guys from 550Performance. They were really willing to tune the ECU for us, and they responded quite fast to the email, and they were willing to help us make this tuning of the ECU. But why we're doing this? Because we would like to squeeze a little bit more power out of this CRF 300L. I was riding it. It's like after coming up from the Transalp, riding this bike is like riding a bicycle. Actually, it's very light. I'm gonna test this bike and I'm gonna ride it in the next episodes. I will make maybe a video about riding this bike, because the first experience was very nice. The bike is very light. It's very easy to learn to ride off-road with such a bike. And of course I'm gonna test this bike before and after. I already tested a little bit on the roads, but I'm planning to test it off-road and then see how the bike performs with the ECU tune from 550 Performance. Just to show you something, the front tire has more than 23,000 kilometers, and you can check out how much meat it has actually. This is the used witness, and this is how much meat it has. You can check out, it's a little bit damaged here, over here and there, but overall this is a 23,000 kilometer tire. The rear tire, it's a little bit newer, it has over 14,000 kilometers, but check out the witness over here. It has quite a lot of mileage left. But you need to consider the weight of the bike. The bike is very light, and especially if you're riding more off-roads, you can expect quite a decent mileage out of this Mitas tires. This is the Mitas E07, the old ones. We're gonna take out the ECU. To take out the ECU, you only need the toolkit provided for the motorcycle, which is here on the left side, on the back side on the left. So we're gonna use only what it's provided in the toolkit in order to take out the ECU, which is placed somewhere here. The toolkit, it's quite basic, but we will use this imbus. I think it's a 6mm one. Much easier than on the more expensive bikes like my Transalp. Taking out the fenders from the CRF 300L, it's quite a piece of cake. Basically 3 bolts for the fender. We take out a bigger one for the rear bolts, which are keeping the seat in place. The seat is kept in place by these 2 bolts. Simplicity, this is the word which defines this type of bike, this type of dirt bike, dual sport bike. Pretty simple. And here we have access to 1 pin, which is keeping the fender in place attached to the other fender, and another pin in the front side. Yes, 2 more pins. And this is it, guys. This is the left fender. We took it out in order to have better access to the ECU, and the ECU is this one, this black box, which we're gonna send to the guys from 550 Performance. Highly appreciated. Many thanks, because they were willing to tune the ECU for us. This is a 10mm spanner, which we're gonna use to take a little bit to make loose this coolant recipient. Perfect. The black box, this is it. And this is it, guys. We've attached the cables, and we have the big box, which is written Canin. This is what is written. Let's see the code. Canin D2K1TE1A. This is the codes which are written here, and this is the box. This is the ECU of the CRF 300L from 2021. So this is the ECU, guys. This we're gonna send to the guys from 550 Performance. They will make a tuning for us with a Black Widow exhaust. And yeah, don't be afraid to take out the ECU from your bike. If you want to have a tuning It's pretty simple axis, at least pretty simple for the CRF 300L. Watch out the pins. You need to take care about the pins when you take out and put it back, so you need to carefully check out the pins in order to protect them. Otherwise, we're gonna send this one to the guys from 550 Performance. The bike has a complete Black Widow exhaust, starting from the front pipe up to the slip-on. So we're speaking about a complete Black Widow exhaust. What we're gonna actually win with this tuning, it's the benefit with this tuning, we have actually 18% more power and 12% more torque, and 5 seconds gain until 120 kilometers per hour. This is what is claimed as a performance, which is pretty good, I must say. It's pretty good. Maybe this power you're gonna need it off-road, on-road, especially with this bike. Some people complain that it has not enough power, that they need more power. Well, 550 Performance has the solution. We're gonna test it and see what we're actually gonna obtain. First, after we're gonna install the ECU, we're gonna give it a shot and see how it feels actually, the acceleration, how it feels with the power, with the torque, if is there any change, any difference. The guys from 550 Performance send us back the tuned ECU from the CRF 300L. And here it is. This is the European CRF 300L tuning ECU. We receive it with the logo of 550 Performance. Everything is sealed, and we have this one. And as an extra, we have an airflow airbox lid, which will allow more air to get inside the air filter. It has also a air filtrating, here you can see it, I can see through it. And this will allow to enter more air in the air filter, filtrated air. This is the OM, and this is the new 550 Performance high flow airbox lid. And one of the most important parts is this one, the high flow airbox velocity stack. This one will be replaced. It says Honda on it.
The high flow airbox lid opens up your airbox for increased airflow, allowing the engine to produce more power. It features frog skin, which is a waterproof mesh membrane vent that can be submerged without allowing water to pass through. One will not sacrifice waterfording height with the addition of this product. The Revision 2 design increases the air inlet by nearly 4 times. Best of all, this product comes ready to bolt on, no need to drill holes or modify existing parts. And we have the high flow airbox velocity stack, removes unnecessary restriction created by the OM airbox tube, on the CRF 300L. This airbox tube allows the full utilization of the throttle body bore and is designed to increase overall airflow to the engine.
I suppose this is from CBR 300 and it will be replaced here on the CRF 300L. We have to see. I've checked a couple of videos before. They also provide installation instructions. We're gonna take a look first at the installation instructions provided by the guys from 550 Performance. We need to make an overview of this installation and we're gonna proceed with the actual installation.
These are the installation instructions for the high flow airbox tube. And the goal is to install the high flow velocity tube into the CRF 300L airbox. This part replaces part number 6 in the diagram above. To accomplish this, please follow the below process. And we need to take out the seat, then we need to remove the push pins, remove the fasteners, remove the side covers, then remove push pins, remove fastener. You can check out the scheme over here. We need to remove the fuel tank fasteners, disconnect the fuel pump connector, remove the two bolts holding the fuel injector in place, disconnect the fuel injector connector, remove the fuel tank and the fuel injector from the bike, keep it in a clean location. As you can see, there are plenty of steps in order to mount this high flow airbox velocity stack. We need to remove half of the bike actually, but it's definitely worth it. The installation guide is more than detailed. You can check it out on their website. Everything is explained step by step with the graphics, so you can make an idea about how much time do you need in order to remove the airbox tube. You can check it out. And this is where you need to put the new part, the high flow airbox velocity stack. You can check it out here. And then, of course, the job is done.
The owner of this bike is my friend Johnny. Hi Johnny, nice to see you. Johnny is the owner of this bike. He knows much better than I do this bike, so we're gonna make our both opinions. Johnny as an owner of the bike, I ridden this bike before for a little bit. Now I'm gonna ride it with a tuning made. So you're gonna have two feedbacks, one from an owner and one from a first rider or from a person who doesn't own the bike, but still I can make my own feedback. The bike has already mounted a sport air filter from DNA, has already a full Black Widow exhaust system, so it already has some small upgrades, so to speak. We're gonna put the rest of the 550 Performance kit, upgraded kit, to this bike. We're gonna give it a shot and hopefully you will make your own decision. It's time to put the new tuned ECU. It's plug and play. We left the bike open, and the guys from 550 Performance, they were quite fast. They delivered the package quite fast with the DHL. To insert the ECU much easier, first has been unplugged. You push it in its rubber case until it's fixed. Of course, you can easily take out the plastic which covers the air coolant reservoir, and then you put it inside. It's much easier, and then you can put the cable, the connecting cable. Make sure it's fixed and it fits perfectly in the rubber case. Then you can put the connection cable afterwards. Alright, now we've installed the ECU, the tuned ECU, and the high flow airbox lid. As you can see, this was a pretty easy job. The difficult job is to mount the high flow airbox velocity stack, which is this one. This one we need to mount it after we give it a shot with what we've installed now, and see how it looks, see how it feels, see how it works, how the bike reacts to these upgrades. Everything fits perfectly, just a plug and play so far. We're gonna test it. Remember, we still need to mount the high flow airbox velocity stack. This is just the beginning of our test. It's a European CRF tuning 2021-2022. So it's a 95 octane stage 1.0, just to make an idea about what type of tuning have we done. Last but not least, the sticker, which will permanently stay on this bike, 550 Performance. Alright, now let's give it a shot and start the bike for the first time. Let's see. Perfect. Alright, I've ridden this bike only once for a couple of kilometers. I just checked its power a little bit. I was also not impressed about the power, but this bike is not about the power, it's about getting almost anywhere with a very light bike. You can do basically anything with this bike, almost anything. So I'm gonna test how it feels with the 550 Performance kit. Nice. I actually am so impressed about how easy it is to ride this bike. It's like a joke. It's like a like a kid's bike. But yeah, I can definitely feel something. In terms of acceleration, especially at low RPM, but I need to give it more testing. Of course, we're gonna get out of here. Yeah, the torque it's a little bit different. Anyway, my friend Johnny, who's actually is the owner of this bike, will have much more to say. Oh, but yeah, I can. It definitely it's something different that I've ridden before with this bike. I will check also not the 60 a little bit to see how it performs. Okay, maybe from here we can test 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. Let's check it out. Ooh. Yeah, it is something. It gained about 5 more horsepower. When you calculate this 5 horsepower more to the bike's weight, then it really matters. Yeah, it's definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. The bike is so precise in gear shifting. It's just impressive. Just impressive how fast this bike shifts. I'm really impressed. Very precise. When I think about my Transalp, I'm gonna do anyway a comparison test on the next riding session, off-road. I'm gonna do a off-road session in the next days, because I would like to test this bike also there a little bit. But yes, man, it's a difference. It's a difference. I've overtaken before with this bike. As little as I was able to ride with it, I can see the difference. You don't have to be an owner to notice the difference. I've also tested this bike on the racing track a few years ago, but now it definitely gains more torque, more power. I would say it's more than enough than you ever needed with this bike. And you can feel the bike, it's lifting, lifting its front wheel when you're accelerating. You really feel it. It has a lot of torque. Yeah, especially for these small bikes, a little bit of extra power, it's really noticeable. Yes indeed, yes indeed. Let's give it a try on this improvised off-road section. Oh, you can slide the rear pretty nice. Man, it's so fun to ride with this type of bike. Through the garbage, through the... no matter what. Ooh. This is what I'm talking about. This type of bike really puts a smile on your face. And now with an extra boost from 550 Performance. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that you send us this kit. It adds a little bit more fun to the riding experience. Ooh. Yes, yes indeed. Yes, yes indeed, yes indeed. Woohoo! Wow! Wow, this was fun. This was really fun. Woo! Yeah, it's definitely a plus, man. No doubt about it, no doubt about it. But I'm looking forward to go more and more off-road. And imagine whoa. I've been a little bit of yeah, an unpolite rider, but you're carried away by the wave on how this bike works. And I just cannot stop. Sorry, especially when we have so much constructions around here. I mean, these constructions are not disturbing or what? Ooh, yes. Oh, yeah, man, I don't know. I think Johnny will be very happy. But man, this bike, it's so fun to ride, especially with this small performance boost from 550 Performance. Check it out, man. The throttle response, it's wow, it's you can easily make a wheelie, easily. So man, what an experience. I just cannot help myself in some moments. Yes, it's a difference. It's a difference. Is as they claim it is, no doubt about it. I have no doubt in telling you this feedback. Of course, we're gonna test it more and more in the next day, where I'm gonna go with my friend Johnny and with my Transalp and make some videos, and there we're gonna have the chance to test it one more time. This bike already has an extra boost of power, boost of torque, and I will leave my friend Johnny to give it a try, and after we test it, we come with another feedback.